Hey guys, welcome to Nerdarchy for Nerds by Nerds. I'm Ted, hanging out with, Dave.
That's it.
Today we're going to D&Dized the Predator, but before we jump into that, jump down to the description below, find the link for the newsletter, sign up. It's a way to get the knowledge of how to game with Nerdarchy, a way to get cool tips and other cool stuff that we want to share with you delivered straight to your email. So, Predator.
So I think Dragon Tamer 150 had asked us to do the Predator.
Okay.
Which I love, ever since the first movie, I've loved the Predators. Then Predator 2 was really good. And then, there's been like 2 other Predator movies, I think, or movies of Predators. And, the third one wasn't quite as good. And the Predators versus Aliens was okay.
I like Predator versus Aliens, personally. But
yeah, no, it wasn't bad. It was better than the third Predator. And I think they're working on another one. But, 1 and 2 were friggin' awesome. Right. I even think I might like 2 even better than 1.
Okay.
I mean, Arnold's the man and all, but Danny Glover did a really good job in that, and the backdrop was just really cool with Los Angeles and what they had going on. So, you said you had some ideas.
I do. The trick with this is, number one, he had a whole bunch of gear. So, how do you make that work in D&D? He was highly focused on stealth and invisibility, and he was a straight up killer. So the concept of, do we want to single class this, or are we open to multi class ideas?
So, I feel like Ranger, the Path of the Hunter is really good.
That's where I was leaning.
Except for when it comes to exploration stuff, when he picks terrain, he picks planets instead of actual locations.
So, I was thinking of, mixing in a little bit of a assassin from Rogue. I think Ranger Rogue, throughout all the editions, has always made a fantastic build, because the powers always seem to complement each other. So if we want to...
Probably just 3 levels, though, of Rogue.
Yes.
Just to get the assassin ability and,
just that initial... You come
expertise.
out hiding, you crit, you get the expertise, and I think that's gonna give you a nice wallop to your power.
You know what the hardest thing, though, is, the Predator, because we're D&Dized, is, what race do you use?
Well, he's a monster, and if we stick to the the core material, you got the closest thing to a monster we get is, the
Goliath or half orc.
I was thinking going towards half orc, or maybe even pushing it to full orc. Not that we have a race for that one, but that's where I would go.
Okay.
Technically tiefling is a monster, but that doesn't fit. By some people's standards anyway. So half orc. Ranger with a dash of assassin, just to get a couple.
Yeah, I just say you replace all of his tech gear with magic items. Really.
Yeah, you could get yourself a ring of invisibility. You
cloak of displacement.
You get a cloak of displacement. Those things would really flavor that character well. You really don't need much else. You don't even need both of those. One of those is going to work out really well for you. Your quote-unquote invisibility could literally just be an awesome stealth check.
Yeah, well, that's true.
If you've got expertise,
you're going to have an awesome stealth check.
He's going to have the strength and the con from half orc. So now you're just going to need to, put some points in dex and wisdom.
Yeah, the only thing I find lacking, though, is that cannon. Like how do you replicate the cannon? Do you make a magic item that basically blasts searing light every round?
Yeah, that is something that it's kind of lacking, but it's not everybody's going to argue with this. It's not essential. It's about the core of it.
Yeah.
Not how do I replicate every?
Oh no, he's got
thing.
a true strike searing light cannon. is how I replicate it.
So there's 3 magic items. If they all require attunement, he's done.
Yeah. Well, there's no real searing light cannon in there.
Well, I know, but if you just made it up,
yeah,
does it require attunement?
No, he's a freaking predator. Well, the other thing too is the infravision and the dark vision he would get from being a half orc, so you don't really need to do it through the mask.
Right. Although he could have a cool mask and whatnot to hide that face.
Yeah, well, or maybe you do like a whole armor build where so like you have to be attuned to the armor, but the armor does a couple different things.
Right.
Almost like it'll be like the Staff of the Magi version and armor version. So you just like lump a bunch of abilities to it. That would be the Predator.
The Predator armor.
Suite. Yeah. Which maybe the cannons attached to that. Some kind of life support thing.
You could have the the displace or invisibility or both built in. We're working on legendary / artifact status at this point in time, but
well, yeah, it's not really artifact. Staff of the Magi is not artifact.
That's
that
true.
thing does a lot for you. That gives you armor bonuses, the hit bonuses, a bunch of spells to use. You can blast a hole in the universe with it or something.
Only if you break it.
Well, hey, you know what? Definitely, that is definitely part of the Predator thing. They definitely had the nuke.
Yeah.
That when they die, that they trigger. Yeah.
It's built into the armor.
Yeah. So see, I told you, he really just needs the Staff of the Magi and armor for him. So I think background. Outlander.
Like Outlander is so much a go-to for this, but I think it might work either Outlander or Soldier.
Well, yeah, it'd have to be one of those two, but they're not really soldiers. They're warlike, but their thing is hunting.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
They don't go to war. They hunt. It's more about individual prowess.
Yep.
Even in AVP, it was still that was still about each one of them having to go in and defeat the aliens on their own. It wasn't even though there was multiple predators, they didn't work together. It wasn't a cooperative.
Right. That's true. No adventuring party there.
No, it's like the anti-adventuring party. Well, they would work together, but ultimately, it was it seemed more like a contest or competition.
Right. Who could bring back the most skulls or the best skull or a combination thereof.
Yeah, so I would definitely go.
So Outlander it is.
Yeah, I'm afraid it has to be the Outlander this time.
So Outlander, half orc, ranger with just a dash of assassin.
Yeah, pretty much. There you go, guys. That's how we D&Dized the Predator. How would you do it? What
do you guys think? You got a better idea? Do you agree with us? Put it in the comments below. While you're at it, like, share, even subscribe.
You can check us out over at nerdom.com.
So until next time, stay nerdy.